like when dreams that created you. Baby, I'm awake when some of feel restrained, and I finally see you now. I know it's a stay, convincing you to stay. Don't tell me it's time to leave. I'm still amazed at excuses you create, and I finally see you now. It's in the way how you say my name now.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Bunnyoperator here. Today we're going to go over my 14.5 A2 build. But before we get into it, I want to take a moment to highlight one of my followers, Imagine Me King. They are on Instagram and YouTube. The intro song, the background music, as well as the closing song is from them. One of the dudes from the group has communicated with me a few times about helping with this build, and he's recently pointed out that I was influential in the setup of his current build and growth, which is an honor, honestly, to get feedback like that. And as I offer to just about anybody who follows me, if you are a musician or have some type of creative talent or any type of business or product, feel free to reach out to me. I have no problems with helping y'all out. And it was actually me that reached out to Imagine Me King and asked them if I could use their music to play in one of my videos. The group accepted and sent me a few songs to kind of sample out and see what fits best for me, and I went in and picked this one. The song is titled Your Way Out, and I really like the vibe of the song, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to put it in this update video for my 14.5 A2 build. Go check out Imagine Me King's Instagram, their YouTube channel. Their link tree will contain a link to their Spotify, as well as the video description down below will contain the proper links for you to go and check them out. Anyways, folks, thanks for supporting each other within this community, and we'll go ahead and move on to the rest of the video. If you haven't watched the teaser video yet, I'll go ahead and link it up here for you. This rifle was a complement to the 12.5 A1 build that you've probably seen on my channel previously. This build started off more as a nostalgic build, but ended up just turning into an experimental project for me. Really, it was to experiment with how viable carry handle platforms are in the modern age, as well as seeing how carry handle optics perform in comparison to the modern day equivalents such as the A&A Tactical fast risers with their respective optics mounted on top. As usual, we'll just go ahead and get started with the build list and then go on from there. Starting from the tip, we have a Surefire Cam 4 FA556. This is no longer produced. As you can see, it's a sleeve type that goes over the barrel and is essentially a bird cage with the ability to attach the older Surefire suppressor types that go over the barrel. As far as the barrel, it is a Centurion Arms 14.5 mid-length and medium weight profile. The handguard is a Centurion Arms CM4 two-piece handguard with a mid-length cutout for the FSB. And of course, going from there, the FSB here is present. I have Slate Black Industries slate grips, or slate panels, and a Samsung manufacturing stubby, basically. As far as the light goes, I have a mod light switch here with a mod light. Looks like this is a PLH V2 mounted onto an Arasaka offset. For cable management, I am using the 4Control / TNVC PCM. This is the long version, so the L. Of course, here's the additional single slot Slate Black Industries panel here. Moving along. The upper is an old school Bushmaster A2 style upper that I got from Gunbroker. And the description, as I recall, was a police trade-in from an agency that decided to go with flat top uppers. And from that era, you notice that I still have a TDP spec dust cover or ejection port cover. I guess because back in the day, the specs were different because this actually doesn't fit any of the modern equivalents, such as the 4Control's EPC or the variants from V7 or similar. Moving back, the lower receiver is a Centurion Arms CM4, which is pretty standard across my selection for standard GI spec lowers. You can see I have a variety of 4Control's parts here: the bolt catch, ambi mag release, the trigger guard. Safety, the trigger itself is a Centurion Arms 2-stage. It's their AST trigger. which I found to be a very, very good trigger for the money. And honestly, if I did it all over again, I probably wouldn't be using the Geisleys and just be using these, honestly. The grip is a K2 from Magpul, standard K2. Coming back, Fork Controls ACF charging handle. Their castle nut and end plate. Veltor A5, RE-A5 tube. And I'm running a Veltor A5H2 buffer in there, along with their standard rifle / A5 spring. The stock is a B5 Systems Bravo. Moving on to this side, Fork Controls Design / Hodge Defense LSFA. Of course, their ambi to their safety here. Their pins are here. The Fork Controls EMR, or their enhanced magazine release button, is there. The bolt carry group I'm using is a Psionics. This is their phosphate, which is completely fine with me. As far as the optic goes, I'm running a Primary Arms Microprism, their SLx 1X version. Let me see if I can get this focus. There it goes. And so far, so good. I am using their mount that comes with the kit itself, and it mounts directly to the carry handle as far as the A1 and A2 goes. Now, note that this nut is a recent addition that you have to order from Primary Arms separately. Otherwise, you would use the screws that comes with the mount. But I find that this is a little bit more secure because I can torque it into place. Now, if you've been following all my channel as well as my social media posts on Instagram or Facebook, then you might understand that I try to find mounts for carry handle optics with pass-through ability so you can actually use the iron sights underneath. Because, well, that's the whole point of having a fixed front sight as well as a carry handle. Now notice here that the upper receiver is an A2 style, so it not only has the windage adjustments, but also has the elevation adjustments for, I guess, target shooting if you really wanted to go there. As far as this particular setup goes, I don't think I would change anything on the baseline setup to begin with. I think it runs perfectly fine the way it is, and recoil impulse is fine. I can shoot it well. As far as the Primary Arms 1X SLx Microprism goes, I might change it out for the 3X that recently came out. And mainly because using this at 1X, I find that the BDCs there aren't as usable at 1X. And additionally, the large horseshoe and the reticle itself doesn't really lend itself to more precise shots at closer range. It is fast though because of that horseshoe, but I found that it was a little bit more difficult to make precision shots or low percentage shots at closer distances. And because of that, I probably would consider this more of a medium range setup for me personally. The benefit to the Primary Arms optics, or at least the microprisms is that they're considerably smaller in profile and lighter weight than the ACOG series. Granted, the ACOG series is tried and true, but the eye reliefs on them, even on the 3.5 power, they're a lot less forgiving, while in this, or at least the 1X model in my possession, has very generous eye box, and I can use it even at this lack of cheek weld situation where it's more of a chin weld. So the Primary Arms optic mounted on top of the carry handle puts it at approximately 4.6 inches of a height over bore. It's a little bit taller than the A&A Tactical mounts, as I found to be true with even the A1, the 12.5 A1 build, and the Aimpoint Pro that's mounted on the Arms 16 mount, is that they are a little bit taller but still very usable, and really not too much of a problem if you're using that quick heads-up display type style of shooting. Even taking this out to distance, I really didn't find too much of a problem, but then again, at distance, the 1X Prism left a lot to be desired at that distance because you really do need magnification to make full use of the BDCs. Now, this 1X would be excellent for a flat top type of AR where you can throw one of their magnifiers or a magnifier on there. As far as the recoil impulse goes and controllability, it is much smoother than the 12.5 A1, mainly because of the mid-length gas system and the additional weight that you get from the 14.5 versus the 12.5. Granted, it's not like the 12.5 A1 was not controllable, it's just that comparing the two, this one is definitely a softer recoiling platform than the 12.5 was. So that's pretty much it for this video, going over my 14.5 A2 with an FSB. And I think that it'll probably sit in the safe for a little bit until I can get my hands on the Primary Arms 3X Microprism, as I noted before. So far, this platform has been pretty good. It served me well, and I do like it. I just want to stretch out the legs a little bit more with the 3X. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below and I'll do my best to answer to the best of my abilities. As usual, check the video description for discount codes from my friends in the industry. Please do like the video and share it with anybody who you think it could help or potentially influence their decisions on how they want to set up their carry handle builds. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I certainly hope that this video has earned that subscription. Click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my video releases. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching. Bunny Operator signing out.